What's good, good people? This is your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., man. And we here at episode 1 of From Boy to Boss podcast, man. This is a podcast where we just go through, man, different men lifestyle. We go through real dudes lifestyle where we can just be able to see how they strategically went from boy to boss. Now, this podcast here is to help those individuals, help those young men to go out there and see that, hey, man, everybody don't start off being a boss. Everybody doesn't start off being a leader, but through different circumstances, through different goals, through different triumphs, man, you can become that boss. You can become that leader that you're trying to be, man. So this is episode 1. Stay tuned. Welcome to Boy to Boss, man. This is your host, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr. And I'm here today with a special guest, man. One of my good friends, one of my good brothers from the South Side of Chicago, man. Dr. Lamar Quinn. Welcome to the podcast, brother. What's going on, man?
Oh man, appreciate you, man. Episode 1, huh?
Episode 1, you my first guest, man. You
Oh,
my first
man.
guest, man. And I appreciate you for even accepting the invite so late notice, man. That's one of the things I was like, dang, I hope Lamar accept this invite, man, because he's the first brother that I want to interview simply because the fact, like, he comes from the struggle. He comes from that, and he is a full-fledged pharmacist.
Yeah.
Like, tell everybody, man, your background. Tell everybody your story, like the beginning, man. Like, what was childhood like for let's forget doctor. Let's put the doctor down. What was the childhood like for Lamar Quinn on the south side of Chicago, man?
Man, let's start all the way back from the beginning, man. I'm the youngest of 4 boys, raised by a single mom, on the south side, over east of Chicago, man. Uh, it got real.
Yeah.
It got real.
Public school?
Public school, all the whole 9 yards, bro.
Okay.
It was real. But it was real for everybody in the community. It just wasn't for me. Life back then was about survival,
Yeah.
not living. So we had to make sure that we were surviving. She had to protect 4 boys. That's extremely difficult in Chicago.
Yeah.
My mom, she didn't have a high school education, so the highest grade she completed was 8th grade. So she had to work that dynamic as well. So
Yeah.
teaching me, telling me to stay on the books, and the books wasn't going too well for me.
Yeah.
So, but she kept knowing, like, that's the key to success.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't say college or anything like that. For her, it was high school. Get through high school.
Yeah.
Right.
So
they tell
what
you
is the rate of dropout in Chicago for young men to not even finish high school, bro?
bro, it's high. Honestly, I don't know the exact numbers anymore. But it was high, man. I can tell you right now, if I had 4 people next to me, maybe 1 graduating.
All right.
So I put it at the proximity of people next to you. But it wasn't just because they're dropping out, they're dying.
Yeah.
They get locked up, So
in Chicago, is there still a big influx of gang culture and being a part of a gang, or just average, just everyday, just hood stuff that's just going on that keeps people from, or keep young men from reaching that level of just even getting a high school, education?
I put it like this, man. The first people you see successful on the block is the gang.
Yeah.
Right? You see them on the corner. They got the cars, they got the shoes, they got the hats, they got the swag.
They shining.
They're
Yeah,
shining.
you know.
Everybody, they
Yeah.
they looking like new money. New
Yeah.
money on the
Yeah.
block is the
Why you struggling?
why you
Right.
struggling. Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, and I keep it a buck with you, man. The people in I grew up in Tarrytown for most part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's over east in Chicago, South Shore Drive and stuff like that. The dudes, man, they were good though. They're like, hey, bro, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we believe in you. You got
Right.
something going. But other kids, man, you can see them getting wrapped up. My friends getting wrapped up. It wasn't because I wasn't tough enough. I wasn't big enough. It's just that some of these dudes saw some good things in me, and they wanted to protect those things. So, but it's
So-
the first introduction to success for you.
Right. So I have to ask you this question, bro, only because it impacted me so much when I was in school, and then after I got out of school, just coming back to my neighborhood. How does it feel, bro, to see your homeboys, your friends that you grew up with, and they good dudes, and where they come from, how hard they struggle, like turn from you know, little Kenny or little John or little whoever you playing with, we shooting hoops, and now he's shooting guns,
Yeah.
and now he selling dope, and now he, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, how did that impact you? I can tell you how it impacted me, but like, how did that impact you? Like seeing the switch of young men go from being innocent to like they out here survival mode, like no matter what.
Man, just not judging.
Right.
Always speaking, you know what I'm saying, power into them, letting them know, like, I get it. We from the same block.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I'm not judging you. Nobody's born a killer.
Yeah.
Nobody's born a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? These things are just survival techniques to take care of your family. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not judging. I'm talking to them. I'm telling them, like, hey, man, it's a different path out there. Some of these dudes are smarter than me in high school,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like, man, look, you want to know some business?
Yeah,
You gonna
like
sit on
if you
block.
want to know, you come
Yeah,
to the block.
you
If you
wanna
want to see some mathematics,
Man.
yeah. So they're gonna, hey, and quick too,
yeah,
digestible.
you're like
You know,
everything.
ain't no books, ain't none of
Yeah.
that.
None
It's
of
just
that.
instance. You know what
But
I'm
I
saying?
mean, but drug dealers got to be smart.
They
That's
do.
what people don't understand.
They the best mathematicians. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. Hey, it is what it is. You
is
gotta
what it
get that wholesale.
Yeah, real talk.
There is
The life on the line every
Get
time.
Right.
Life on the line.
Chop that and then you know what I'm saying, scale it up and
Yeah.
get you some soldiers and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying.
And make
grind
it-
it. My bad. I know
No,
you,
and
I
this is
know
my
you-
co-host. This is my co-host Dream, by the way, man.
What-
Like
what it
Dream
do?
is staying in the back here, man. This is my co-host Dream, man. He is a good brother. He is letting us borrow his equipment on lease right now. And you know, I wanted him to be a co-host on this podcast only because he represents everything it means to go from boy to boss.
For sure,
If
man.
Dream was to go and tell his story, you wouldn't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? I met him at a Father's Day event we did at the Potter's house together, and we was
On
speaking.
stage.
We was on stage together speaking, man. So Dream is forever my brother, and I wanted him to come and help this real easy for me and make
Yeah.
this a conversation.
God be the glory on that, man. But
Right.
yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to Chicago. I got people out there in Hyde Park. but
Okay.
I know Hyde Park is a lot better than where you was at.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody who know about that Hurls. You gotta get that Hurls in the gym.
Man,
bang.
listen, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know,
in your
as
system.
y'all
Man.
know, I do own
Yeah.
a chicken spot.
So you know what's crazy?
What?
And that's why I brought it up.
Why?
Because Hurls is like Williams. Am I lying?
No, for facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
Hurls
The
is
storyline-
In Chicago,
like-
yes,
it's like the
yeah,
Chicago Williams.
In Chicago,
Facts.
yes, I
so
believe
shout out
that.
to Williams Chicken over there for you know what I'm
Off
saying,
of Brentwood Stir, man. 820 Brentwood Stir
Yeah.
or 1701 McKinnon Court, man. I am a owner of a William Chicken franchise right now in Fort Worth. So, man, when you in Texas right now, when we talking about the hurls and this, that, and the other, I look at them like the opposition.
Hurls or Uncle Raymond's?
Ooh, so here's the thing, right?
See, I thought I
yes.
didn't know.
No, come on, man, come on.
You thought I didn't know.
No, so my people from the West Side, so we debate about this all the time, man. They're two different styles for me. Right?
Yeah, her
You know-
Uncle Raymond got the sweet sauce.
Yeah, the sweet sauce, the
Yeah.
crunchy, you know what I'm saying, chicken,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, layers of it, you know what I'm
So
saying?
that's somebody like asking you, what y'all like better, Williams or Halls?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
Um,
But from where you from, that's culture.
Yeah, that's
real
culture.
talk.
That's
Your shirt.
definitely culture.
That's a part of your culture and a part of how you was growing up and part of what you was witnessing.
exactly.
You're gonna hear that music. You're gonna hear that.
Mm.
You're gonna go back and taste that food. You're gonna be
Food.
like, man, I was on the block, and it just brings you back. It all nostalgia. How it takes everything to another level, which y'all boys represent, which is dope. And now both of y'all got the doctors in front of y'all name, which is, hey, I put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's
So,
go.
like, how did you get from being a boy from a single mother, four other siblings in your household, crime all around you, you in the hood, and now, bro, you're a full-fledged pharmacist, right? Like, how did that process go from you from high school? Like, after high school, what did you say you were gonna do about going to college?
Man, facts. A couple moments, man, big moments in my life. One, family. We have a big family, so they showed a lot of love when I was a kid. So the weekends, you know, I wasn't on block. I was with the family partying, right? Cousin let me see a little sip here and there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they, you know, big cousins protecting me, big brothers protecting me. So I had some boss big brothers. They
Mhm.
knew what the deal was with lil' bro. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of luck too. You know what I'm saying? Surrounding myself with good people too.
Yeah.
I had a knack for just being around good people. I was, you know, I ran track, I played basketball, volleyball, and all those things. So I was always involved in sports. Sports is so critical in our communities, right?
Mhm.
And so it kept me out of the streets and kept me out of dumb stuff. It kept me out of shooting dice and all those things. Because I was wicked on a dice game. So
Yeah.
I lick
You
you
can
for a
turn
good
that foe. Can
Man,
you
come
turn
on,
that foe?
come on, bro.
Man, you can't
Can't
turn
Man,
that foe.
hey, I turn into
Can't
a
hit
10.
that
I
little
hit that
joke.
first.
You can't
Come
hit
on,
that
man.
little joke.
I'll
Can't
jump
back
in.
no joke.
Come on, man.
Back no
You
joke.
better ask about me, man. You better ask about me, man. But critical moments like that, man. Just standing around the right people, staying involved in sports, keeping my head on, being exposed to different things, exposure to everything.
Mm-hmm.
We know this.
For sure.
My brother, when I was in ninth grade, he took me to Northern University, which is in not Urbana, but what part of that? A little bit past Aurora. They're gonna kill me if I don't get the name right.
Right.
They're like, bro, come on. I've been out the shop for about 12 years
Respect
though.
on our name.
Yeah. But he took me up there and he took me to an alpha party.
Oh.
It blew my mind, bro.
Oh yeah, the brothers together.
Yeah,
Unified.
the chicks, the
Oh, yeah,
beautiful
for sure.
women. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute, we do this? You know what I'm saying? And then here's the better part of it. The next day they out serving the whole community. So they party until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and they get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and they're serving the community. They feeding people, they barbecuing, they laughing. Where they do this at, bro? They don't do this where I'm from.
That's a different type of game.
You
It's
know
a
what I'm
different
saying?
type of
Yeah,
game.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it just sparked something in me, and I was like, I want to go to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I definitely want to go to college.
So that level of exposure
Yup.
hit you and it triggered.
It,
So
it
y'all
took
think
2 days.
what do y'all think is the best time to actually expose a young man to not only just college but career development? Like, what do y'all think is the best time on the Boy to Men
Man,
podcast?
For
What y'all
me,
think?
bro, I would say about 12.
12
12
so
years
junior
old.
high school.
The reason why I say junior high school is because now some people might say earlier, but I don't think they'll really understand the ramifications of what they actually saw. I feel like at 12 years old, 12 going into 13,
It's critical.
it's critical. And also, too, you can give them the real without holding anything back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at 12, man, if you expose them right before they go to middle school, they already have going into their mind as they're going into their higher grade. Like, that's where I'm trying to get to.
So you think like 6th grade or at middle school?
I would say by the end of 6th grade,
By the end of 6th grade,
exposed.
going to like a
going into
summer
it, like,
camp,
because here in Texas, like, our middle school was only like 2 years. It wasn't 6, 7, and 8th grade.
Yeah.
Elementary was still a part. 6th grade was still part of elementary.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's why I look at it like that. But in other places, 6th grade is actually the start of middle school, right?
Mhm.
But I say right there at that 12 to 13-year-old mark, for me, in my personal opinion, it's the best time to get full range exposure, bro.
Yeah.
Full range exposure. Like, get them on a plane.
Yeah.
Get them out of the hood.
Yeah.
Take them somewhere they ain't never been before. Expose them to college. Let them see the alphas, omegas, sigmas, everybody. Like, get them on a college campus and let them, because now they like girls by now. Or they're into it now. Like, they actually have feelings for someone, right? Drop them on a college campus and let them see everything. And it'll change their whole perspective, because now they like, this is what they do at this age, and this is this and that. So I say that's my age group. I say.
What age would be?
Man, look, there's no wrong age, but man, I'm starting early. I'm starting 5 years old, man. With technology, all the things you have that's exposing these kids to so much more these days, I want to put them in a rich environment right away, right? So that's my thing. Put them in a rich environment as early as possible. Let them grow, because it's amazing. I have 3 little boys. My 5-year-old is super smart.
Yeah.
He's so observant. They're watching every movement.
Yeah, you're
doing.
right, man. I got a 6-year-old. He's about to be 7 in a couple days.
And so, to his point, though, they might not be able to grasp the whole concept of it, but they see it.
Yeah.
And then their brain is starting to wire. You know what I'm saying? That's the pharmacist degree coming into play.
But it was funny about seeing something.
Yeah.
You can't unsee it.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, you can't
And so
unsee
I
it.
think I agree with you on that. At least they seen it. Might not understand it, but at least they seen it.
But it's like you said, the senses, right? You said nostalgia earlier. You said, man, you taste that, you smell that, right? It brings you back to a place of home, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with kids.
Is your son on Roblox?
No, he's not.
Mine is.
Mine is
four.
too.
He's
He's
4.
4?
Matter of fact, man, a funny
He's
story.
4
My
on
wife is
Roblox?
going to go crazy on me right now, but I got to tell the story. So my son had been, he's just on Roblox. He got all the gear though. He got all the gear and everything, right? So my nephew came and was like, Trey is buying gear. Like, he got the goggles, he got this, he got that. And my wife just shunned it off, because she was like, ain't no card connected to the Apple, to the Apple store, so you can't buy anything, right? Wrong. He racked up about $400 for this stuff.
Whoa, are
And
you
it was on a credit card
serious?
she had forgot she had set up his Roblox with. So bro is just
You see what I
geared
mean?
out.
He
You see what I
running
mean?
it
He
You
up.
see
just
what I
geared
mean?
out.
Running it up.
He been running it up. You know what I'm saying? And like we was at Breakfast Brothers Saturday when we found out.
What?
We was literally at Breakfast Brothers. We was at Rick's spot and we just literally she was just like, he really been buying stuff. I said, have you checked your card? She was like, no, I didn't even know that. So she went back. She was like, look at this. $65.
That's crazy. So look at
$45.
that. Like, so that's 4 years old. He's buying stuff.
Yeah, see what I mean?
He buying it, man.
How did you? So you don't let them get on Roblox?
So full transparency. So my oldest son has autism.
Okay,
He's on the spectrum. So he's not into video games, stuff like that. He's into music.
got it.
So that's all he wants to listen to, music and sing and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's good.
He know more songs than I do already.
Yeah. So all three boys.
So I have 3 boys. So I have 2 on the spectrum. One, the youngest, he's just 11 months old. So we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But they both love music and stuff like that. So they're not really. He's starting to get into his iPad now. But he does a lot of educational games.
Yeah.
So he's not focused on educational games. So he hasn't gotten into like the games. So I'm hoping we can hold off for a couple.
Man, let me
a
tell you,
couple
bro.
years for that.
Let me tell you something, dog. This Roblox thing,
It's
right?
real, man.
Yeah.
This thing is crazy. Have you heard about it?
I heard about it.
So it's like a metaverse
Mhm.
for the kids, and when I tell you it's serious, it's serious. My man's is in there. He got all kind of cars. The cars got different swags up. He got different outfits, the shoes. He got J's.
Yeah.
He got the whole outfit. He got chains. He got tats.
Everything.
That's wild though, bro.
Yeah.
They take the culture and put it
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah,
And they're talking to each other like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
man, what
that's
you
Like
doing?
my son talked to my nephew every single day on Roblox. Like they meet up. Like it's a thing. Like
They're in there meeting up. Hey,
they're
meet me at
meeting
the
up.
park.
Meet
So
me
they
at
in
the
there
park.
meet me
Yeah.
they be in
But
there.
also too, we do have to be more cognitive about it
You're
because
absolutely right.
that's how they push the agenda of metaverse
Correct.
and how they're gonna push the agenda of people like being like, you know, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but in a minute, bro, people not even gonna leave their house.
Real
Yeah.
talk, man.
They're gonna be in a tube with a
With the
thing on top
goggles
of it, with
on.
the
Yeah.
goggles
You
on.
seen them Apple
Like,
goggles? They got them out?
like, hey man, meet me at the park. This, that. They're not
Yeah.
gonna physically go to the park. They're gonna get their avatar
But that's why
to get to the park.
that's why we got to create experiences for our kids, man.
Yeah.
And that's what's so important, to make sure we take them outside, we take them to parks.
Yeah.
You know, life is so difficult these days, man. Balancing so much,
Yeah.
and so we forget about those moments. Like, man, let me take them to a water park. Let me take them to here.
Look, man, I don't know. How long you been from Chicago? How long you been here?
Man, since 2011. So
Okay, I don't know. And Hicks, you got to help me, bro. I don't remember it being this high.
Listen,
when I was
man,
little, it said, "Welcome to
we
Texas,
are in a
bro, where it's
state right now.
4,472 degrees.
Man,
hold on.
It's
the
smoking,
dog. There's no more ozone layer.
Bruh.
The ozone layer is gone.
So now you like, yeah, I want to take you out, but I'm like, bruh.
So check it. My
Like-
wife is from Port Arthur, Texas. She says it's never been this hot. However, I moved here in 2011.
Okay.
It was 30 days, 100-degree weather.
So, okay. Now that you know, what is the prerequisites? This is what I really want to get into because I know it might be a couple of young men out there, a couple of people out there, women out there as well, too, young ladies out there as well that's trying to boss up. They want to know, how long did it take for you to be a pharmacist?
Man,
Like, that is the key thing.
8 years of school, man. 4 years of undergrad and 4 years of pharmacy school.
Congratulations, man.
However, you could do it in 6. They have programs where you could do 2 years of undergrad, you do prerequisites for it, and then you go and do 4 years. But sometimes now, sometime after I graduated, you had to do a residency as well. So you could do 1 or 2 years post on pharmacy school, depending on which one to specialize in. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's the information that you ain't gonna get from a lot of different podcasts. They
Yeah.
just tell you I'm a pharmacist, I make a whole lot of money, and that's it. But they don't tell you, like, that's the stuff that I wanted to bring out of this particular podcast. Like, because if somebody tap in for that knowledge, they know, like, oh, it takes 6 years. It's not that long, guys. I promise you, it's not that. It's really not that long. By the time you look up, you're 25, 26. You're a full-fledged pharmacist and you're a doctor, man.
Making
So,
good money too. At
making
25,
great
26.
money, man.
Let's
So you
go.
can be from the hood, making you some 6 figures being a pharmacist. So just keep that in mind. But we're gonna stop for a little break right now, man. Commercial break, probably by me, your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr. So talk to you soon. What's good, good people? This is your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., man. And I got something to tell all the kids out there, man. If you not doing something, August the 5th, 2023, man, at 1701 McKillen Court in front of my Williams Chicken, in front of my location that I own, we're doing a back to school event for the kids in Fort Worth, man. I know just being one of those kids that had to stand in that line to get one of them backpacks, you know what I'm saying, that it's hard out here. And I want to make it easy on everybody. Me and my wife want to make it easy on everybody. And guess what, man? We got a whole lineup out there, man. I got the snowman coming, the snow ice machine, Kona Grill man coming. I got people out there that's gonna be doing. We got a bounce house that's gonna be out there. I got people out there that's willing to give you guys tablets and phones. If you make less than $60K a year, you'll be able to have access to tablets and phones where you can plug in from your Wi-Fi and be able to do your schoolwork, man. I got Fort Worth ISD. They're gonna come out there and support. I got the Fort Worth Police Department and the Fort Worth Fire Department with the fire truck out there. They're gonna bring the big fire truck out there for the kids. So, man, y'all come out there. This is the inaugural Hicks Back to School Bash, man. Hicks Legacy Back to School Bash. So I hope to see y'all there. Peace. Welcome back to the podcast, episode 1 of From Boy to Boss. And I'm here right now with my special guest, Dr. Lamar Quinn. And we were just talking about the prerequisites it takes to be an actual pharmacist. And you being a black pharmacist, it's a little bit different. You're a black male pharmacist. So
Yes.
what is it about health in the African American community that you see on a day-to-day basis that the normal human being would not see or would not even have exposure to? Like, help our people, bro. Like, you got into the industry to help.
Yeah.
What is it that we need help with, especially when it comes to these prescriptions and these medications and things like that?
First, we're going to take it to a historical context and make sure that we building trust back in our community when it comes to health. It's wild, man. I was just looking at an article about Henrietta Lacks. Y'all know this young woman. She went into Johns Hopkins for cervical cancer, and they took her pretty much womb from her, and they've been using it ever since for developing vaccines and stuff like that. COVID, polio vaccines that have been super effective in keeping us alive and thriving. And so that's been a black woman from a black woman's body. That's been powering us for generations now. It was funny because her family just won a good lawsuit to get some compensation
For them.
Yep. So, but it's really important for us to understand the history of where we come from as a people and the way we kind of develop as a whole. So, grandma rubs and stuff like that. When, you didn't want to go to the doctor because you couldn't trust the doctor.
Doctors.
That dynamic is gone because back then we didn't have black doctors, black pharmacists.
Right.
Now we have an abundance of them, right, that are very good at what they do, top of their class, top notch. And so we have to start leaning on them and understanding that we can go to those doctors and seek those doctors out to get really great quality care. And so I start initially by just building a relationship. So when you're coming in, I'm looking at you on 15 medications. And I'm like, why you're on 15 medications?
Golly, Lord have mercy.
Well, even if you need to be on 15 medications, is it because is your lifestyle? What can we start to do, right? How can we start to coach you on non-prescription side so you can reduce that burden, right? Because
I appreciate you saying that, man.
No, it's
because
facts.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I ain't, man. Let me keep it 1,000. I just feel like it's an agenda. Like, my man got 15. Why you got 15?
Every day. Have you ever seen somebody that had the Monday through Friday?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Monday through. I mean, my bad. Sunday through Saturday. Through Saturday.
I said this to somebody, man. My man's 58 years old. He had all them pills, and I was like, bro, if I could draw you a cartoon, I'm thinking of like when you taking those pills, it's like a Philadelphia freeway.
Yeah.
And the medicine is in your veins. Like, yo, which way do I go?
Exactly, facts, right?
Like, bro, I'm taking
There's
all
so many
these
possible
joints.
ways,
Where is it supposed to go?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're saying, hey, let's get you out of here.
Yeah.
Not, hey, because there's some doctors out there that be like, man, let me keep on writing you a prescription and write you a prescription, nigga. just to make their bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be like, man, so it's good to know that we got some doctors out here that care
Yeah.
uh,
Look,
about you. Because believe me when I tell you, if I have a headache, oh, I'm fit to pop some Tylenol. I ain't
yeah.
one of them.
No, real
I
talk.
got a homeboy be like, man, I ain't fit to take no Tylenol. My man head is about to blow up out of here.
I think
I'm sorry.
because of what you fine. I think it's just because of everything that we have went through as a people in
Yeah.
regards to hospitals, in regards to when it came to life insurance, when it came
Mhm.
to all the different things when we were sick and what they actually did to us when we were sick.
Mm.
And I think now, like, we are the generation of so much knowledge.
Mm.
We are the generation that's trying to, make a crooked line straight, but we got to establish trust. And the
Yes.
people that we're seeing, or the people that Doc is probably seeing coming up to the pharmacy, is usually like older people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't know anything other than the doctor told me to do X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know anything outside of that. They don't know that there's other treatments and other ways that you can get the same effective lifestyle
Yeah.
without having to take, you might have to take, maybe go from 10 prescriptions to 1 or 2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just by, your diet and what you're doing, and
Facts right there.
just your overall, just your health,
Activity.
right? And I think it's just something that as Black people, we take it seriously, but then we cook our Sunday food on with all the grease and the fixings and
Lord.
stuff
Well,
on Sunday.
You
And
can have
then,
your Sunday food. But you can't have your Sunday food and be stationary for the rest of the week.
Correct.
Right.
Right. And so the people that typically teach our community don't know our community. I lived in it. I saw my mom slave over the kitchen for 2 days trying to cook Sunday meals. Right.
Mhm.
What she's doing over there? She's standing still. She's not getting any blood circulation. Mom, why'd you do some high knees? Why don't you do some rows with the cans?
Yeah.
Right. How can I incorporate activity in your day-to-day basis without you have to go to a gym, spend some money, or any of those things? Do you know you can do lunges? Do you know you can do all these things? You can take your milk cartons, put water in them, right? You have to understand the dynamics of our household, right, to be able to provide solutions to our people that make sense. You can't tell a 50-year-old woman that doesn't have transportation to go to the gym to work for 30 minutes a day,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
You can't tell her to go walk her community when they're out there shooting, and she had to walk past drug dealers and all those things, right? To to exercise. You can't do those things,
No.
right?
Right.
And so you have to understand those dynamics. And most of the people sometimes that work in our community don't understand that. And so therefore their methods are ineffective. And it's easier for them to say, just take these pills.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that.
And we love you for that, Dr. Quinn, man. Is it because right now I got a message the other day from somebody saying that they were looking for Black male dentists and pharmacists because there's not enough males in the field right now, just like there's not enough Black males that are nurses, things like that, man. What is the representation just for African American men and education? Like, what is that dynamic of why we're so afraid to try to even get in certain fields versus the block is the first thing we want to do?
Man, I think it's the barriers that go. So you look at the barriers of trying to get into these programs, right? They want you to have a 28 on your ACT score.
Mhm.
They want you to have all these things that don't really matter once you get there. I didn't have no 28. I had a 19.
I don't even want to.
So I had a 19.
I
You
don't
know
even
what I'm
want to
saying?
talk about that.
So it's all these extra things that you have to do that don't really apply to us and our capabilities, right? Because we know these exams are designed
Right.
not for us. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at those barriers, man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And these barriers is like a stamp of approval from them to you. So when you don't make that score, you think you're gonna apply still? No, you're gonna be like, no, I can't get in. I got a 24. 24 is excellent, bro. Still apply. I had a young dude that I mentored the other day. He took his MCAT and he cried a little bit when he got his score back. I said, bro, that's a small bucket.
He passed it?
No.
Oh, okay.
He failed. I wouldn't call it fail. You know what I'm saying? He just left room for improvement. That's all.
There you go.
He left room for improvement. And I told him, I said, that's a small thing. I said, but you know what you're not doing? You're shutting down. The cost of you right now of you being upset is too high. Don't be upset. What's next? Let me tell you. So I told myself, you know what I did? I was at pharmacy school almost every other day, bro. Meeting people on admissions boards, joining organizations.
Why you was going through school?
While I was going through school, while I
Gotcha.
had a job, all that type of stuff. I said, hold on, wait a minute. You're not gonna judge me by a score and a sheet of paper. You're gonna look me right in my eye and see who I am,
Yeah.
and what I'm capable of doing. So I strategize differently, right? Where everybody was trying to get a perfect score on a PCAT, I was at the institution sitting down with the people that put you in the classroom, that admitted you. You know what I'm saying? I was getting to know them, showing them the person I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a good person. So you need to see that. Are y'all having a banquet? I work.
there.
I'm there. I see you at the banquet.
Networking, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's a power, because we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's about relationships.
Yeah.
It is.
So what happens when they see my name on the paper?
Man,
That's Lamar.
relationships. They need to have a whole relationship school.
Man, real talk.
Real talk.
I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all don't have no, see, you know, I got a PhD. Y'all ain't know that? Man, mine stand for poor, hungry, and determined.
No, man, come on,
But,
baby.
but what I'm saying is, you can be just like me, but if you have the determination to actually get in the room, I don't even care if you got to serve your way into the room.
Right.
Well, pick up some chairs,
Get in
bro.
the room.
Do
Something.
some tablecloths.
Get in the room.
So
Get in the room.
And
bro.
this is one of the moments that Dr. Hicks want to just talk to some of the young men out there. There is honor in serving.
For sure.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying, man? Like, don't feel like you serving doesn't have a purpose to it, because it does. Some things you're gonna have to do for free. Some things you're gonna have to do you're not gonna get paid for.
That's right.
Some things you're gonna have to do that you may not want to do, but it serves a bigger purpose later on.
Yeah.
So, man, to all the young men out there, get off your butt and get out there and talk to people. A lot of young men that I talk to, they don't like to talk to people. They don't like to talk, period. You ask them what they do, they're mute. They're silent. They don't really know. And I need y'all to break y'all barrier of talking and exposing yourself to people. I get it. Where we come from, we don't talk. We're not friendly. Don't want nobody to think I'm friendly. I don't want nobody to get up on me like that.
Yeah,
right.
That ain't how the real world work, man.
So true.
You got to go out here and talk to people and dap people up.
Yeah.
Quinn inboxed me.
Yeah.
He ain't know me,
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
He just seen me. He inboxed me, and I inboxed him back.
See, I said some super power. Hold up. We're going to pause for a cause. We got a commercial break coming to you. Check it out.
Man, this episode of From Boy to Boss has been powered by my brother, Dr. Lamar Quinn, who is also the co-chair, co-founder, co-CEO of Toast Charities.
Yeah.
I want him to explain what Toast Charities is, what they're doing in the community, everything, all the events that they're having, all the reading and all of that type of stuff, man. Is so excellent for this charity, man. I'm so proud of my brother. Man, what is Toast Charities?
Man, Toast for Charity, man, it's a nonprofit here in Dallas, Texas, man, where we galvanize millennials to come back to make a difference. We like to say you get mad with us, right? Make a difference. And what we do is take youth, and we want to create a lifelong path for success. So we take them from 0 to about 18 years old, even to 25, and we just teach them life lessons. So it's a perfect connection when we're looking at the boy to boss, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. We have to give these kids a path, and that's what we're doing. So it's an honor to be here and the power to show today. Back to the episode.
So, man, what I was saying is, for a lot of young men, I need you guys to get off that couch, get off that game for a little bit, and go out and meet people. If you know you want to own a restaurant, go to the local restaurant in your neighborhood and ask the Black owner in there what it is that he do on a day-to-day basis and how you can help him out.
Yeah.
If you want to be in the medical field or the health field, go to your nearest person that you might think, or even get on LinkedIn and see who is in your area and see how they may be how you can be of assistance to them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into real estate, oh my God, there's so many different real estate agents out here that you can link up under, and they will be openly and willingly want to mentor you and show you how to do real estate, even at an early age, right? It's all about connections. It's all about network. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
Please believe that. Your network is your network. If
Sure.
I can't call anybody, like, I can have all the money in the world, but certain things don't cost any money at all, right?
Yeah.
If I know a brother that has something and I don't have, he's just doing it off the strength of my name and the strength of our relationship, that's going to save me money in the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, I do it for them. So make sure that you start getting your name out there. You start talking to people and growing your network of people, man. It's very, very important.
Super powerful, man.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to talk to nobody.
Don't be scared to
I
talk
tell
to
people all the time, man, you never know. I remember I got a story about that. It was this guy, I work out at Lifetime Gym in Mansfield, and there was this guy that used to pull up in a Wraith all the time. And one day I just walked up to him like, bro, what do you do, man? He said he owned, his wife does online fitness training. And they got like a big old online fitness training thing. It's their whole thing. That's all they do, right? And then he was like, what do you do? I said, I own a marketing firm. We do websites, social media. This was like when I first started. He said, man, I've been looking for a marketing firm. I've been looking for somebody. Da-da-da. And then he referred me to this dude. That's how I met the Miami Vibes dude. And he referred me to him, and he's doing the whole thing. He was supposed to come back to me and holler at me about some more product, but he done already referred me like 3 other clients.
Matter of fact, what mom used to say, a closed mouth don't
get fed.
Man, facts, man. It's so critical, man, to speak your story, to talk to people, and to network, to share it. Because in fact, you might not be looking to receive anything. You might just be looking to pour into somebody else.
Yeah.
And so it creates a rich environment. So I'm really big on rich environments, rich relationships.
Yeah.
I seek those things. I seek to add value to any person I speak to. But I might not be the one that able to solve the problem, but like you said, I know the person that can potentially solve the problem.
There you go.
Yep.
And that's how we get through a community, right? We start to solve these community issues, right? Start to network. You know, hey, I don't know this person, but I know this person might know this person. And just connect the dots, man. And so as Dr. Hicks was saying, it's so critical for us to start opening our mouths and talking. In fact, I hated speaking. I absolutely hated speaking. Man, I was a dude that would do the work for the presentation, but when it was my time to speak, we about to get a D now. We about to get a D now. They're like, man, y'all material good, but your boy stuttered and his mouth got dry and all this type of stuff. But what I learned through pharmacy school was that was a natural response.
Yeah.
It was a natural response from the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how can I lean into that and use that?
Look, check it out. How we're here now. Network. Right. So I knew Pastor Bashad. Shout out to the Potter's House. He invited me on the panel. Dr. Hicks was on the panel. We chopping it up on the panel. I sent him my contact. I sent him a DM, hit me up. He ain't hit me back because he be too busy. But a year later, he hit me back in the DM, and I see the same. I see the timeline on the post. I'm like, bruh. I told you to do the podcast, and here we are with the.
Yeah, he told me to do a podcast. Everybody has been telling me to do this podcast, because they know how genuine I am when it comes to helping young men.
Yeah, I love it. I love the podcast
because
too, by the way.
The thing about it is, you can do a lot of different stuff, but when you start doing stuff for Black boys, everybody try to stop you.
Yeah,
and I can't be everywhere. So I said, let me create a podcast. I got a book coming too.
Oh man,
I got a mentor book coming too. But the thing about it is, Pastor Vincent married me and my wife. Me and my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that relationship with him and being running into Dream again was just God's way of saying, like, it's time.
It's
like,
time.
Go do it now.
You
hit me up in my DMs.
Well,
like,
let's tell that story for a second.
Go ahead.
Man, come on, man. So I made a commitment to reach out to more Black men. I did this because our kids don't see us speaking, coming back reading to the kids. To his point, I had a group of Black men that said, I don't read out loud. What? So that was shocking to me, right? And then on top of the nonprofit Tulsa Charity, we were struggling with getting Black men involved. And I'm just trying to figure out what was going on. So I'm not a marketing guru or anything like that, but I started to look, are we marketing to Black men? Am I making connections? Is my vibe off at any point? And so I said, you know what, forget it. I'm just start DMing Black men that inspire me, that I see doing great things, that look like they're about the community. And I shot him a DM. He responded. He's like, bro, whatever you got, I'm good with it because I see you. And he told me straight up, he said, you're a man that promotes your family, you promote community, and that's something I can get behind. So fast forward, I'm doing a gentleman's toast, which is for Black men. Black men that collectively want to come together, build a kingdom. We talk about faith, finance, fatherhood, all the 9 yards, right? This man's been trying to get a Williams chicken for a minute. I had a brother named Lovett Smith. I had Tim Williams on my panel. I had Pastor Carter on my panel. Brother Newen on my panel. He's a young dude that does Kingdom Man. And then I think I had one more on my panel. Peter Dunn. He's from Austin. He drove up, right? Where anyway, in this room, something went off in his mind. He said, wait a minute. I had Tim Williams and I had Lovett Smith in this room. And we talking about building each other up. So my man Tap Lovett, that he known for a minute, And he was like, bro, I've been trying to get Williams chicken for about 5 years now. And Mr. Williams won't give me a Williams chicken. Love it. Went over to Mr. Williams and said, hey, you're not going to get him a Williams chicken, then y'all not doing it right. 5 months later, he had a Williams chicken.
What?
Yeah, that's how it worked. Now, mind you, I've sat in the room with them before. I sat in the room with Mr. Williams, and he told me flat out no. And that was 5 years ago when he told me no. Because I have another friend named Rodney Bacon. I'm going to bring Rodney on the show too. Rodney, he does a lot of like marketing and events and doing things like that. He do it for athletes, celebrities, all that type of stuff. But he also does the marketing for Williams Chicken as well. So he got me in the meeting. You know, I presented myself. I had on my suit, my tie. I was a young brother then. You know, I was in my mid 20s and I was ready to do it. But they, you know, he told me no. You know, like you got to quit your job, X, Y, and Z, stuff like that. You know, you don't know about people. They steal, they go out, baby. You got to be there. And I just didn't want to quit my job at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, because I knew that I was on this level that I was about to get to and be an executive at a company. So I didn't want to lose out on trying to get that versus, you know, leaving the job. And then I go and do that for them. And shoot, I don't own anything. Like in this situation, I went and got the money, bought it, and I don't owe nobody. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes you got to put in years of work to be able to put in your stash to say, okay, yeah, now I can go out and go do something.
So you hit him in the DM.
He did.
Then y'all was at a joint together. You invited him out.
Yes, correct.
And then he said, y'all been trying to get a Williams. He was like, say less, I got you.
My homeboy, Lubbock Smith. I'm going to bring Lubbock on the podcast.
Reached over, say, hey, man, my man want this. Come on with it. Mm-hmm. He comes in and say, yo, I need this to happen. And boom.
He was like, let's talk. He said, let's talk on Monday. I did the follow up.
Fortunes is in the follow-up.
The fortune is in the follow-up, man. You got to follow up with people. Once they give you their contact information, you got to show them that you want it.
Yeah.
A lot of times people want the opportunity, but they don't even want to do a simple thing like shoot a simple text message or shoot an email or, you know, call them and get on the phone with them and follow up. The money is in the follow-up.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't do that, if you ain't trying to follow up or go through with the process, then you're really not trying to do nothing.
Man, this has been a dope podcast. Congratulations to your pilot, your first podcast, man. It's all started at the beginning. Shout out to the genesis of everything. But go ahead and let them know how they can find you, brother, and get us up out of here.
So, man, you can find me on IG. You can do the podcast IG is From Boy to Boss. That is the IG, handle for that one. You can also hit me up on my personal handle, which is Dr. Dr. Michael underscore Hicks underscore Jr. underscore. You can hit me. I know all those underscore, but I got to put the doctor in there because I went in out there and I earned that. So that's how you can hit me up. Dr. Quinn, how can they hit you up on IG?
Man, simple, man. Upwards 06. Very simple. Toast for Charity. So TOAST for FOR Charity CHARITY. So simple handles, man. If you go to my personal, you can click on all of them. And so it's real simple. Gentleman's Toast, all that, man. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate the environment. As I said, man, rich environment, rich relationships. I'm leaving this room more empowered than I came in. So that's I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And y'all always know you can hit me up at Dream and Dream Motivates. I'm Dream Motivates on everything. All the way across the board. On everything.
Everything.
So I always like to leave with a little motivation. I used to do my motivational clips. They used to be a minute, but I'm going to try to get this done here in 30 seconds, man. If you feel as if you can't, it's because, if you feel like if you can't, it's because you didn't even try. You have to try. The hardest thing about yourself is giving yourself motivation to go out there and do something that you have never done before. And it's very, very scary. And I know it's very, very hard, but you have to at least try.
Yeah.
All right. It's been your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks, man. This is episode 1. We're going to have so much fun with this podcast. I can't wait, man. From Boy to Boss. See you guys later. Talk to you later. Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it.